My name is Ademordify Klasner, so I go by, and we're just gonna talk about some more things. So one of the things I want to focus on with you, I really want to understand more about, you talked about with Nachman, you had this passion when you were a little kid that, you got noticed for something that you did by your sister, and she says, I hate to say it, but you're gonna become famous one day. What happened in that moment? What was going on for you? Because obviously you remember that. You remember things that leaves an imprint inside of us.
Yeah.
What was going on for you when your sister told you that? If you can remember back to that.
I don't remember. I think I made a joke or something. Like it was during the 2016 American election, and I think I did something at school, something silly. I don't remember, but it was probably really funny and creative. Yeah. I don't know. My older sister just said that to me, and I just remember it.
And when she said that to you, it left an impression that you felt
I
somehow.
remember it. Yeah.
And you maybe just go back to that moment. Like, how old were you?
Probably 17.
17. Is it right?
17.
So that's like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm okay to say your age.
Yeah, you can. 23.
Okay. So 23 years old, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And your sister says something to you like, you're going to be famous. And today, I mean, that's literally what's happening.
Yeah.
So it obviously planted something, it pressed something upon me that one day I'm actually, so she left something. That what was that? If you can remember back, that 17-year-old teenager was just doing something what she thought was creative but sort of stupid, fueled this whole thing now where we have 15,000 people or whatever it is, 14,000, 13.6.
Yeah, for right now.
A thought right now,
Growing every day, bro.
following you, and like you have a message.
Mm-hmm.
So something happened then.
I think I always just wanted to spread my message with the world. And like my whole life, I was just trying to do that in whatever way I could. And now that I'm finished school, I could literally do whatever I want. Like I'm not bound by school. Like out in high school, I would just get into trouble all the time. And like all the programs I would do, I would just get in trouble because I wasn't following the rules. But now I could just do whatever I want, and I could just spread whatever I want to spread, and I could control 100% of it.
So what is the message that you're trying to spread for all these years?
Just like life is awesome. Enjoy it. Don't take things too seriously.
Okay. Those are like slogans.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what is Jeremy Urbach, since that 17-year-old kid continued into Gishmak Herring, and now it's like this big following? What is Jeremy Urbach's message to the world? What is he trying to spread?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Come on.
But it's just like,
So 1 second. Okay. So I'll take you there. So if you could close your eyes,
Mhm.
and I want you to imagine being that 17-year-old boy, and your sister says that was annoying, but you're going to make something of it yourself. You're going to be famous. How did you feel? What were you feeling in your body?
I felt like fired up.
Yeah.
Felt fired up.
Okay. So tap into that fire.
I was like, okay, we're going to make, like my older sister believes in me, and she's obviously a role model of mine. So I guess it felt good.
Okay. Now I'm going to take you even further back.
I keep my eyes closed.
Keep your eyes above.
It's just a game changer having my eyes closed.
Yeah. Yeah. How far back does it go that you felt that fire in your belly? How far back? When was the last time before 17 did you remember feeling that fire in your belly fired up? Like, someone believes in me. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the world. Even I'm going to change my class. I'm going to make something happen. What age? Take me back.
I feel like I don't remember my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah. Stay with 17. You're like, just go there.
Wait, what was the question again? How did it
So, that same feeling that you're feeling with this being fired up and someone believing in you, did you ever feel it like by your bar mitzvah or when you were 10 years old or 11 years old, or like that someone, do you remember an incident that someone believed in you and you just did something that was, or you knew that you would be something great?
No, I think that was like probably the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how does it feel right now? We'll open our eyes in a sec, but how does it feel right now to feel that experience?
It's like, it feels great, feels like rewarded and fulfilling.
And I know we're doing this live, so people are seeing this, but just, so there's a part of you that's thinking that, but just feel into that. Because I think the reason why I'm asking you, it's important to remember these moments in life, because these moments, you could open your eyes now, these moments could anchor us. And if we could always know that I could go back to this anchor, so even when I'm feeling down about something, then I know there's a place that I could visit. In my imagination, I could go back to that space and say, hey, I felt really powerful. I felt fired up. Someone believed in me. I need to visit that space to get reinvigorated. And sometimes we need to do that in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. That was deep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Eyes closed. It was a game changer.
Yeah.
Without any crowd, or that.
Yeah. I was scared I was gonna cry, never, but I don't really cry.
See, you're the new generation. The new generation, there's no tears to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, our generation, we grew up. There's reasons to cry. Our parents were nervous at times. School's tough.
I think now we have new reasons to cry.
You do, but I think your parents were more emotionally in tune than my parents were. Like the people that grew up post Holocaust, they shut off their emotions. And I think the next group of parents, like the people that were born in the 70s and the 80s, they're a little bit more in touch with their emotions. They're more emotionally in tune. So their kids are going to be even more in tune with their emotions.
Emotions like as in terms of Yiddish.
Emotions, no emotions in terms of I'm sad, I'm scared, I'm anxious, I'm angry, I'm happy. Just more in tune with that.
I feel like I'm not really in tune with my emotions. Like
I think you're so in tune with it, you just can't label it. But I think you are in tune.
If you could distill it down to one message that your sister told you, which actually, if I'm going to roll the dice a little bit here and just say that the day that your sister told you that, it was so deeply impressed in your whole nervous system, everything about you, that it was a moment that you'll never forget. What's a moment that we never forget? A moment that we never forget in life, and we talked about this yesterday, we were learning, is I was fully present. The powers of really who I am present to, the bigness of who I am, the infinity of who I am and who I can become as a person, that godly spark inside of me just woke up. And it was a strong belief in myself, belief in mission. And now actually you're doing that. You're giving that to the world. You are giving that message to the world. Believe in yourself, believe in the power of the godly soul and the expressions of it, the Torah, the mitzvahs, the stuff that you're putting out there is, someone believed in me, so I'm going to show you how to believe in yourself. Does that make sense? Do you resonate to that message?
I don't. I feel like in the moment it was more like just her making a comment, and then now like as I'm getting a lot of followers on Instagram, it's kind of like, hey, she said this all the way back when I was 16, and it's like, who knew? It's like prophecy.
Is it prophecy, or in that moment that she told you that, did something wake up inside of you to become the person that you are?
No, I think I was always destined to become this.
Of course. But along destiny, I'm going to meet certain people that are going to wake up my truth. So when you said before, like old people, they woke it up for me, like when they started believing. Well, I think that's a similar thing. There's an older person in your life.
Yeah, maybe.
That's believing in you.
Yeah.
And then just it keeps on tapping at that. Like some of these older, wiser people are believing in me as a leader, and that feels good. And the more I can get in touch with that feeling, that goodness, the more it's going to fuel me to go out and to spread the light and to spread the world, this message. Which, again, if we're going back to the core message, what is your core message? What are you really trying to tell the world?
Just Am Yisrael Chai. That's the core message.
So Am Yisrael Chai means long live Israel, or like it will live forever, but to
long live us, the Jewish people.
The Jewish people, okay, so we can live long, and then we can live while we're in this world in a way that we can really feel like we're connected to the sense of mission, of pride of who we are. And I think that's a lot of what you're trying to do, is trying to set that people should be proud of who they are. People should stand up for who they are.
And we're Am Yisrael, and like you got to stand up. This year on campus there were protests all the time, like for the Palestinian, for their riots, and I just felt like I had to go and just scream Am Yisrael Chai in their faces, just to like show them that I'm not going anywhere. That's it. Just Am Yisrael Chai.
I'm not going anywhere. And you want the rest of the world to know that I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, and I want other people to start waking up and, realizing that we're here to stay and becoming strong.
What happens if everyone wakes up?
And we bring Mashiach.
Yeah, so that's the goal. Mashiach is what exactly?
It's the realization of our true mission. All the Yidden are going to be in Israel, where we belong. It's just all going to make sense.
You feel it. You can feel it in the world.
Yeah.
It's like October 7th happens. What happens October 7th? It should have been some of the darkest and worst memories, and should have actually broken us as a people and left us down on the ground feeling helpless. I mean, when you think about it, we are, and the story continues, the narrative continues, we're a nation of the few that's always taken on the many. How many Jews are there in the world? There's 16 million Jews, right?
Yeah.
It's not a lot. And the idea of Mashiach consciousness, like what you're saying of bringing Mashiach, is that the truth doesn't need to be from 1 billion people or 2 billion people. The truth is so loud, like a little bit of light expels a lot of darkness. truth is so loud that you only need to give it to the field. It only shows that how valid the truth is.
And valuable, because it's only, 100%.
So we're the keepers of that, and we got to be proud of that.
Yeah.
And Mashiach consciousness is revealing the truth, because when we're in Gullus, the truth is in exile. And so when you go out into the streets and go out into the world, you lifting people up after such a hard, difficult experience what the Jewish people have experienced this year, you're actually waking up the Mashiach inside of them. That powerful light that you go and say, no, you're not going to take that away from me. That part of me that no one can ever take away from you. You're waking that up inside of people. You're changing people's lives. Can you tell me a story about someone's life that you changed, that you felt like from what you're doing, you've seen? Because you've been doing it for a bit now, that you've seen the difference in people.
Yeah, so this one kid, I met a Gishmak Herring fan who told me he only started wearing tzitzis when he saw me wearing tzitzis in a video. And at that moment, I was like, okay, I have a real impact here. Yeah, there's tons of times like where I find out people know me and like they're in a completely different community. I don't know how they would have known, because it's all on social media mainly, but that was just cool to know that we're making waves and impacting. Also, someone told me who works, I guess, at one of the religious schools in the city, that all the students just call each other Yidlings now. And like, that to me is pretty funny, because that's just something that totally just came to me.
Yeah, what is that? What is that Yidling?
Well, it's like, I've always been a fan of Star Wars, and I've always like seen the connection between the Jedi and Jews, because like they're the forces of light and like the keepers of ancient wisdom, but they're also like really cool warriors that are saving the world. And the kids they train are called younglings.
So you literally took something from Star Wars and transformed it, because anything's being able to see God and everything.
Yeah.
So you're on a mission to show people that they're Jedis, basically, that they're powerful heroes and they hold the light.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're like a really ancient tradition.
I have a friend, a good friend who lives out in Florida, and he said this is what he puts his kid to sleep with, is these Gishmak Herring videos, because there's not too much good Jewish comedy type stuff out there. And
there's also not a lot of Jewish stuff in general. Like when people are scrolling on Instagram Reels, it's so gullus. And then they see a Gishmak Herring video, it's like 1 minute of like, this is like kind of Kedusha.
Yeah. Well, it's not kind of Kedusha, it is Kedusha.
Yeah, it's Kedusha, I guess.
Yeah, you're spreading Kedusha.
Yeah, wow.
You're spreading holiness.
And I'm just having fun.
You're an ambassador of the sacred light that God gave us.
Wow.
Can you say that? Can you actually say? I want to hear you say that.
I'm an ambassador of the sacred light that God gave us.
Now put your hand down and say it with full, like, just without moving. Taking a deep breath and recognize the light that you hold inside.
Can we repeat the same thing, yeah?
Yeah, dude. But you got to look directly in the camera when you say it.
I am an ambassador of the sacred light that God gave to the world.
Okay.
And I'm teaching others to know that as well.
Okay, one second. When you do that, here's what you do. You're looking at the camera.
No. I don't think you should look at the camera. I think you should look at me, because then it's not beklebt.
It'll be like dramatic stuff.
First of all, that is something that you could use in so many different instances. You could use that drama if you want. So I would like breathe into the camera.
I don't really like talking about myself that much.
I know, but but you know what?
It comes across like a bit
Know what you're doing, because that's going to take it to the next level. The people need to know your why.
But what can other people just tell me?
I told you. Now you're just saying it. So maybe you want me to just tell you?
Yeah, sure.
The way I see you and the way I've been seeing what you're doing is you're literally holding this strong presence of what God is in this world by being an ambassador of the sacred light that God has given every single one of us. And that's why I feel connected to you, because even though I also like to talk about myself, I feel like that's what I'm doing. And it feels real to me. Like when I go to sleep at the end of every night, or after I finish what I'm doing, I feel good about what I'm doing with my life and with the message that I'm putting out to the world.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I think nobody feels I will that also.
I go to bed happy. I wake up happy. I wake up excited. But there's a struggle. We'll go through struggles and different things that happen. But you're giving that to people. You're giving the belief in people that they should feel that they are also that ambassador of the sacred light that God has given us.
Yeah.
And the world looks scary. The way things are unfolding, it's like it looks really scary. And when there's fear and when there's terror in the air, it's trying to take us away from that light. So much. It's trying to take us away from that light so much. So it swarms the media, and it's forcing us to find our own light inside. Like, we have to do that. That's the only way. You found that because someone believed in you, and the people keep on believing in you, and you keep on then waking up that inner belief that you have for yourself, and you're giving that to others. It's amazing.